Hi, how are you?
Good, you?
Good. How much is it?
It's only
Oh, 4, right, okay. So, just coming over the Newport Bridge into Newport, Rhode Island. Today I'm going to be visiting Ken Reed. That time I was here 2 years ago, we were just about to head off on our transatlantic to start the last Volvo Ocean Race. And now here I am again interviewing Kenny as he gets ready to do it once again.
I guess part of me is jealous if they're out there ripping around, but then I found out that there's a massive depression lining up for the west coast of England. So maybe I'm not super. All right, so Telefonica Azul is, now I know what it's like to be a fan of the Volvo race. You just sit here and check it out. It's kind of nice, you're comfortable, get another cup of coffee, don't have to have the media guy on board, get a cup of coffee. Fine, I'm going to follow this. I'm going to be dry and I'm going to eat better than all day.
So what do you think you can learn from following this? I mean, that's a great case in point there, isn't it? You think you'll learn something from watching this about how?
Well, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. This is definitely a bigger deal for Group PUMA, I think, than Telefonica. I mean, I honestly, when I got off the boat in Russia, I thought this is probably the last time I'd ever sail on this boat. And to be honest, at the time I was pretty psyched that it might be the last time I ever sail on the boat. You know, it put a few miles on it. And
I mean, did you feel as though are you still learning things about this boat?
oh God, yeah. Every time we go sailing on this boat, if we knew now, if we only knew then what we know now about this boat and how it responds and reacts. You know, I don't know if the results would have been any different because that team that won was pretty darn good. Everybody, you'll find everybody max width, max depth, max everything. Just big, fat, powerful monsters, so to speak. And yeah, would we be surprised if somebody showed up with a skinny boat on the starting line with a single rudder? Yeah. I think everybody would be pretty surprised. Jochen Zeitz from PUMA had dangled carrot actually in Russia. You know, we want to do this thing again, but we'd like to do it a little bit different next time. Meaning, they wanted to bring in another primary sponsor, key sponsor, to help share the cost. We gave it an anniversary, a date of January 1st, 2010. If we don't find another sponsor by then, we're not going to do the race again. But at the same time, I hadn't actually clarified in my own mind whether I even want to do the race again, you know. And as always, as you get into it, as you get in the thick of it, it's like, I can't even fathom not doing this race again, you know, the excitement. And you're watching the videos and you're buying into your own shtick, you know. As I'm explaining to other people why they need to be involved with the race, I'm sitting there going, God, this sounds cool. and sure enough, I convinced myself to do it again, and thanks to a couple breaks, Berg Propulsion and Håkan Svensson got in touch with us, and they essentially, in essence, we found each other. There was no selling there. It was he wanted to do the race for this, and this reason. And the first phone call was to Brad Jackson, and I got to know Brad a little bit during the last race. Highest respect in the world for the guy who's won the race 3 times. Integral part of the Ericsson and the ABN team, both winners. He's a winner. And I think there's something to be said for somebody who just happens to be on the winning boat all the time. You know, they kind of get it. In fact, with that came, we really got to try to get Tony Mutter. Tony Mutter ran the sail program for the Ericsson program last time. A guy like Casey Smith, who I'm not putting this in any line by any means, but Casey's one of the guys who was with us right through, well, not just the last race, but right through the whole dead period. And yeah. So with, you know, Casey, Brad, and Tony, there's a pretty nice little nucleus to start with. You know, and to go down the list, I've had my eye on Tom Addis now since the last race. Got to know him a little bit during the last race. Did a lot of homework on him. Tom came on board, which was wonderful, and all of a sudden we got a nice little nucleus here. One of the guys we wanted back was Mickey Mueller, and Mickey just came back, just signed his contract the other day, and you know, Mickey's an under 30. He was just a star last time. He got the rookie award for all the right reasons. He came in, nobody had any expectations of Mickey, and he just outperformed every expectation you ever could have put on him. And so with that attitude and that strength and physical size, and he can be a bowman, he can work anywhere in the boat, he drives fast, you know. Why wouldn't you want Mickey back? Whole program. You know, we compete against things like the America's Cup programs. And that's who we compete for good people. And so there's several others that could fill that 9th crew member role. We're just going to keep, or the 10th crew member role. We're just going to keep it open right now and see where it goes.
I mean, was it 2 years or 3 years ago? I remember sitting here interviewing you now, and you were like, "Oh, I'm the rookie. I'm the new guy." Da, da, da. You don't have that luxury anymore. I mean,
I'm still going to run with that, though.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Well, I kind of felt like everybody always talks about like this unfinished business part of the Volvo race. You know, coming in second. You know, and you can make a case that coming in second is the worst because you're close, but no cigar type of thing. But that wasn't the driver for me. Was putting a good product out there first of all, and then once you have organized the product that's going to go out into the marketplace, the PUMA Ocean Racing, powered by Berg propulsion product that's going to be out there, then you start to do the fun part, and this is the part that we grew up and that we were trained to do, and that's to develop a sailing team and a sailing program. And with that comes expectations, and I think you put your own personal expectations are probably different from reality sometimes. Our personal expectations are we think we can be quite competitive. Reality is we're dealing with, you know, three other teams, and you know, these are 3 high-powered programs. These are not slouches. I mean, Team New Zealand, you can make a case that Team New Zealand is the best organized sailing team on earth. Group AMA, you can make a case, is the best organized offshore sailing team on earth. And Telefonica, they've only just done it 3 times, you know, and I think they've learned something in the last 3 times they've done it. So, although it looks like we're pretty solid on paper, I think it's very clear to the rest of the group here that we're right back in where we were last time. We're kind of thrown in the middle of the mix right now, and it's up to us to prove that we're better than that. And to go in as a front runner or something like that, I think is way over ambitious. Let's walk before we can run, and hopefully everybody that gets a little more drive in everybody.